decided to create a house where there was no memories ever created until we got here. The kids love having Dad home. Their world lights up as soon as he walks in the door. It's not easy having him not at home a lot.
You're kidding.
I miss you, Dad. I love you so much, Dad.
Oh. Are you okay? I am Teddy Walker. I'm here to get my GED.
I got students in here taller than me. What's the square root of 81?
I don't know. Is that a frog up in a unicorn?
Busted!
You can jump.
What are you talking about?
Let me see. The issue is you're clinically dumb.
Oh my God. I got learning herpes?
Boy, make school.
For 3 days only at Spotlight, stock up and save on craft and sewing items. 30 to 50% off all quilting, apparel fabrics, and a huge range of art, craft and yarn products. Exclusions apply. Rush into Spotlight now.
No matter what the result, we will be saying farewell to a league legend tonight, with the Storm's Billy Slater and the Sharks' Luke Lewis to retire if their team gets beaten at Amy Park. As reporter Jack Duke explains, it's expected to be an emotionally charged encounter.
Well, it's certainly a massive night of finals football here in Melbourne. Up to 30,000 fans are expected at Amy Park behind me for the Sharks and the Storm in their preliminary final. And just across the road at the MCG, up to 100,000 fans will turn out to watch Collingwood and Richmond do battle to get into the AFL Grand Final. But the Sharks are finals veterans, so they kept a lid on all the hype today, taking a quiet stroll through Albert Park. Now, their co-captain Paul Gallen was with the team, and he told 9 News that he knew early in the week that he would be ruled out of this match with that shoulder problem.
The function of my shoulder just it's not working. I can't lift my arm above my head, which obviously to try and play a game of footy just isn't possible.
How much does that hurt missing a game like this?
Yeah, look, it's obviously it's pretty devastating. You play all year playing big games like this, and your whole career to playing semi-final football and to get in the grand finals, and so to miss this game is it's really hard.
Well, it's perfect weather here in Melbourne for finals football, and it promises to be an atmosphere like no other.
League's oldest rivalry always has an edge to it, and this year is no different. Today, Rabbitohs coach Anthony Seibold applied the blowtorch to the Roosters.
He had the opportunity, and he didn't miss. Rabbitohs coach Anthony Seibold piling preliminary final pressure on his club's greatest rivals, the Roosters.
Externally, there was no expectations on us as a group. I'm sure externally there was a lot of expectation on the Roosters. That, at the end of the day, they were the minor premiers last year, and they've added James Tedesco and Cooper Cronk, who are two outstanding players to their playing group. So, of course, everyone expected them to be in a game like this, or be in the grand final, be minor premiers, or whatever else.
Bring it on was the reply from his opposite number, Trent Robinson.
This is why we do the job. You love this moment. Like all year, you focused on the end of the season. And now we're here, and you're mad if you don't want to be here. This is it.
Robinson has a trump card in his back pocket. The fact it's the last ever match at their home ground Allianz Stadium, drawing on memories.
In the pre-season, we slept on the ground overnight and did a thing. It's our home, so we wanted to experience it more. So little things like that, we remember those things.
The Roosters spent 12 months planning for tomorrow night, hiring Cooper Cronk and James Tedesco, and losing Mitch Pearce.
We're a different squad. I think people can see that, people can feel that.
Seibold naming the two high-profile recruits among a dangerous quartet.
Their back three have been outstanding this year. Tupu, Ferguson and Tedesco. All three of them are in the top 10 metres made this year in the competition. Tedesco is averaging almost 200 metres. Ferguson over 200 metres per game. Tedesco's got a heap of tackle breaks, so he'll be looking to attack us through the middle third there. And Cooper Cronk's kicking game is first class.
Neil Green, NBN News.
Cameron Murray has had a breakthrough season for South. His impact off the bench changing the game against the Dragons last week. And the Rabbitohs can thank former coach Michael Maguire for keeping Murray at the club.
A fresh-faced bunny who's ready to run out for the biggest match of his life, alongside some of his childhood idols.
Sort of transition from being one of those fans that sort of just, looks up at them starry-eyed to playing beside them, but I think I'm slowly starting to get there.
The Rabbitohs spotted Murray early, signing him to a 4-year deal while he was still in high school.
Yeah, I was 17, so obviously I was at Newcastle College playing rugby too, so I was really enjoying my time there, and you know, there was I think there was a couple options to go to Union as well, but rugby league was always really close to my heart.
It was former South Sydney coach Michael Maguire who helped convince the teenager to be a part of the Red and Green Army.
He was one of the main reasons. I remember sitting, I think I was 16 years old when I first, or 15 when I first heard Madge speak. I remember just sitting there thinking like, wow, this guy's really got his head switched on. He's head coach material.
Murray has a long family history with the Rabbitohs. His father, Corey Murray, actually played for the side back in the early 90s.
It was in the family, it was in the blood, and I grew up in the family, it was in the blood, and I grew up supporting South. So I was, you know, down here for grand finals every year.
Murray quickly made to feel welcome at Redfern by Angus Crichton, who he'd gone head-to-head with in their rugby days.
He was a man-child, he was the only person that anyone ever talked about, so yeah, I was a bit scared coming up against him as a, you know, a young rookie.
Danica Mason, NBN News.
In just a moment, Tiger Woods back to his best in Atlanta.
This is Mr. Snuffles. Don't laugh, he didn't choose it. And this kitty tower represents your usual monthly flea treatment. Completely functional. Mr. Snuffles is delighted. But this is what Brevecto would look like if it were a kitty tower. 3 times the wow factor. New Brevecto for cats is the only spot-on that offers up to 3 months protection, from both fleas and paralysis ticks in one dose. Now look back at your monthly treatment. Suddenly not so great, huh? Brevecto spot-on. Goes on and on.
Double dip bonus on Smeg, now at Harvey Norman. Spend $3,000 or more on Smeg cooking appliances and dishwashers, get up to $1,000 cashback. Plus, double dip your bonus with up to $1,000 in FBOSS gift cards. Double dip on Smeg cooktops, ovens, range hoods, freestanding cookers and dishwashers for up to $1,000 cashback. Plus up to $1,000 in FBOSS gift cards. That's a total bonus of up to $2,000. Upgrade to Smeg and double dip on your bonus. Only at Harvey Norman.
Rexona with Motion Sense. The more you move, the more it works. Now at an everyday low price, moving has never been more rewarding. Rexona, it won't let you down.
Make the switch to Newcastle permanent, and you could get $1,500 cashback on one of our great variable home loans. We reward our customers, not shareholders, and are an award-winning alternative to the 4 major banks. Which means you can get a great home loan and get on with life. Make the switch to Australia's Home Lender of the Year today. Newcastle Permanent.
Bonus Synchrome on Samsung TVs now at Domain. Yes, spend $1,249 or more on a Samsung TV and get bonus Synchrome tools. This Samsung 55-inch UHD TV only $1,395 plus bonus Synchrome tools. This supersized Samsung 65-inch QLED TV $3,295 plus bonus tools. Or the latest Series 9 QLED TV only $8,995. Don't miss out with 50 months interest-free available. Bonus Synchrome sale ends Monday at Domain.
At Kmart Tyre and Auto Service, we provide genuine value. That's why we sell leading brands at low prices every day. And we'll beat any price, deals, specials, or offers out there on the tyres we stock. That's our price beat promise.
We deliver genuine value.
Every day. Call and book today.
Building or renovating, trying to pull it all together can be puzzling. Unless you see Eagles Plumbing Plus. Right now, Eagles bring all the big brands together with their brand buster sale.
Australian and overseas brands heavily discounted. Quality products, lowest possible price for bathroom, kitchen and laundry. Be early. Clearance items, overstocks, cancelled orders will go quickly.
Bring it all together with Eagles Plumbing Plus.
For your nearest store, see or buy online at eaglesplumbing.com.au.
Tonight's Sport Report, brought to you by McDonald Jones. Find yourself at home.
It was vintage Tiger Woods on day 1 of the Tour Championship in Atlanta. Woods rolling back the clock to shoot a 5-under par 65, including an eagle on the 18th hole. He shares the lead with fellow American Ricky Fowler. Jason Day's 3 shots off the pace. More NRL now, and while the finals are dominating attention, the Newcastle Knights have landed a recruitment coup with current NRL head of football Brian Canavan to become the club's new director of football. Canavan will replace Darren Mooney after previously spending close to 2 decades working for the Sydney Roosters.